Hey guys, welcome back to Rocket Gyan, my fellow space tubers. Okay. Just wait a sec, guys. Today we have, as you can see, we have undocking of this H2 transfer vehicle. Okay, so this is a Konotori H2 transfer vehicle. So let's just have a look at as in what it is. Okay, so H2 transfer vehicle basically HTV stands for H2 transfer vehicle, and it is named as Konotori in Japanese. This is basically a unmanned cargo transporter which is launched by H2B launch vehicle. Okay, so it is delivered to transfer up to 6 tons of supplies to including food, clothes, and experiment devices to the ISS, the International Space Stations. Okay, and it is developed by JAXA. And also this Kontouri with waste material is incinerated with when it makes a re-entry into the atmosphere. The transport operation involves a okay. So this, as you can see, so what it will do today, it will undock, right? So undocking will take place with the waste material inside, and then it will re-enter the atmosphere and burn up in the atmosphere with no splashdown at all. Okay, so this is that thing, and this is the characteristics about this vehicle, which has around 1.9.8 meters in length. 10.5 tons is the total mass. Cargo capacity is 6 tons. Pressurized is 5.2 and unpressurized is 1.5. And the target altitude is this orbit 350 kilometers is the parking orbit of this, and 350 to 460 kilometers is the range of the parking orbit, and then from there it goes to docking with the ISS. So it has around 45 days of mission time, and after 45 days, as we can see, it is undocking. So there's nothing to see about in it. We can have a look at the undocking itself. So let me just switch over to that. So yeah, here we go, guys. Right now you are seeing the views of the HTV vehicle, which is the H2 transfer vehicle of JAXA, and it is right now connected with the Canadian arm, which is the robotic arm of the um, International Space Station. And basically not undocking, I should say, it will unbirth. I should say that, because right now, so as you can see, it is connected with the that arm which takes away it from the docking port, or you can say, and then it releases. So it has now been.
Today you're watching the final robotic operation for the HTV-9, the last of its genre. Named Koutonori, the Japanese word for white stork, HTV for the past 11 years served as an unpiloted cargo transporter launched by JAXA's H-2B launch vehicle. In total, the 9 HTV spacecrafts delivered more than 40 tons of food, supplies, and new lithium-ion batteries to crews living and working on the International Space Station.
Exactly. So this is the final flight of this, you can say, which you are seeing, the views which you are seeing right now, guys, is the final live views which you will get for this vehicle, because after this it is expiring. The next generation of this spacecraft will come, HTVX, in 2021, hopefully in 2021. That's the expected date of launch of its uh, of this spacecraft. So yeah, right now you are seeing are the final views. You won't be able to see these views again. So just cherish these views and see what happens. So you must have seen the undocking sequence and all, but you haven't seen this unbirthing sequence. So I should change it to unbirthing. That should be, if that's a word, unbirthing is a word, then I should change it only, because this is not undocking for sure. I don't know if it's a data work or not, word or not, but yeah, right now you are seeing. So the views which are being, let me explain you what it is. So this thing with the robotic, the arm kind of a thing, or the stick kind of a thing
Once
is.
released, HTV-9 HTV-9 will conduct a series of departure burns to move it to a safe distance from the station.
Okay, so yeah, that's a robotic arm, which is basically used to catch a spacecraft. Okay, so which is used to catch a spacecraft if that spacecraft is not capable of docking by itself. So what it does is this was used to happen in the SpaceX Dragon itself.
NASA's Chris Cassidy will be responsible for firing the trigger on the Canada's end effector, or the hand, to release HTV and send it on its way. He will be backed by Russian crewmate Ivan Wagner. Through that command, the snares on the robotic's arm latching in effector, essentially the hand of the robotic arm, will open and we will begin to see separation of the HTV from the station. The spacecraft will start to slowly drift away and controllers here will begin to retract the arm.
Exactly. That's what we have today. So this is the screen wherein more info is given, and this is basically, I think so, it's the screen from the ground station, if I'm not wrong, or it is the screen which is being shown to Chris Cassidy. So what it has attitude, all attitude rates, and yeah, of course the
This view of the workstation inside the cupola is called the cuckoo, and it provides telemetry of the HTV throughout its departure.
So it's an international space
On the
station.
bottom right, you can see a value VV to ISS that will be the approximate range in meters and rate at which in which it is departing the station. This will be a slow process, but once it is released, there will be a series of 2 burns to get it outside of the keep-out sphere and next into its next milestone, the approach ellipsoid.
Okay, so that's one thing. Right now it is that release is scheduled in t minus 10 minutes, and once it is released, then it will perform some departure burn, and once it is done, yeah, of course, which we saw, the thing which we saw during the undocking of the Crew Dragon mission, we saw this only, the ellipsoid sphere or the keep out sphere of International Space Station. So guys, yeah, I was telling you about this robotic arm supported the Dragon 1 capsule of the SpaceX also, because initially the SpaceX didn't have the capabilities for docking, or you can say it had, but NASA didn't have a trust. So yeah, it is called Cuckoo because it's a Japanese section. This is being operated by a Japanese section of this International Space Station, and hence they have Japanese names. So yeah, that's the thing. And once it's unbirthed, we will be able to see it sliding slowly away from the International Space Station. And finally, okay, so this will not uh, splash down on or land on Earth. It will just go away. It will have a departure burn and then a deorbit burn, and hence after that it will just re-enter the atmosphere with all the waste and all carrying with it. That's the thing, and it will burn up in the atmosphere. That's the thing. So hi Luis Carter, good evening, and hi Draxper. Hi River Racer, yeah, Cuckoo is the thing, and hi Mohammed. Hi from Italy. Hi Fabiana Signorita. Oh, I must have said it wrong, but hi Fabiana. And sorry for pronouncing it wrongly.
Before today's departure, ISS program manager Joel Montalbano spent a moment offering his thoughts about the contribution to station operations made by JAXA's HTV cargo crafts.
Over the past 11 years, the H2 transfer vehicle, Kontouri, has delivered over 40 tons of cargo, research, hardware, and equipment to the International Space Station. Most recently, they've delivered lithium-ion batteries, new batteries that we are using to upgrade our power system on a world-class laboratory that benefits nations across the globe. I want to congratulate Japan on the HTV missions, on the 9 missions of this current generation vehicle. NASA is working closely with JAXA on the next generation vehicle, and we look forward to that vehicle delivering supplies to the International Space Station, and we look forward to increasing international cooperation with Japan as we continue exploration of low Earth orbit back to the moon and to Mars. Thank you very much.
Exactly. uh, yeah, that's you what you can say. It's a trash can which is they will dispose of and let it burn in the atmosphere. But it's a very expensive trash can, you can say that, right? Before becoming a trash can, it
Today
supported
you're
many
watching
things.
the final robotic operation for HTV-9, the last of its genre. Named Kounotori, the Japanese word for white stork. For the past 11 years, HTV vehicles have served as unpiloted cargo transporters, launched by JAXA's H-2B launch vehicle. In total, the 9 HTV spacecrafts delivered more than 40 tons of food, supplies, and new lithium-ion batteries to crews living and working on the International Space Station.
Yes, it turns into air, guys. Ken, it turns into air because it burns up in the atmosphere, and all the trash burns turns into air which we breathe, right? So we are just 5 minutes and 45 seconds for unbirth to takes place, and the thing, the black you are seeing are the solar panel, of course, and behind that the orange thing is used. It is radiation cover, yes, I should say that only, basically, which provides the interior, protects the interior of the spacecraft from the radiation, that yellow or goldish film which is being coated, or you can say placed, after the solar panel. And the first section is the unpressurized, if I'm not wrong, or the pressurized. Yeah, that should be a pressurized section. Let me just confirm it once. So the first one has, okay, that's a propulsion module, and the birthing mechanism, obviously, the pressurized, unpressurized, the exposed pallet, avionics module. Okay, let me just tell you now what it is. So the first one, the thing which you are seeing, the this thing, oh, it went.
You are currently seeing a live view of the International Space Station Flight Control Room. Flight Director Marcos Flores and Capcom Norishige Kanai.
Yes, Ken, that
Kanai, a JAXA astronaut and veteran space flyer, was a part of the Expedition 54 and 55 crew.
okay. So yes, Ken, the same fate is experienced by the Progress spacecraft also. That also carries the waste with it, and it burns up in the atmosphere.
This is currently a live view from Scuba Japan, the HTV flight control room.
Do you know, guys, in the space, the biggest challenge to overcome is the
Here they are monitoring the spacecraft, the HTV, as it departs the station.
Yeah, it is the biggest challenge to overcome is the toiletry only. It is very difficult to do the all those courses in space, and the space mechanism to support all those things is very difficult. That's why NASA has launched uh, one challenge also, which is for making a poop system for Artemis mission. It will award around $30,000 to whosoever solves the toiletry problem in those missions. Hi Christopher, welcome to the stream. And we are now just 2 minutes from the unbirthing. Oh, okay, so that would be that is what we call a change in satellite, and that's what happens when the connection is relayed to another satellite and back to Earth, or you can say the satellite is changed for communication. So right now the first part, the white section which you are seeing, is the uh, pressurized logistics carrier, which carries the pressurized cargo to the station, and then after that the section is the unpressurized one, and then after that we have uh, avionics module, and then finally propulsion module. So the last two solar panels, the last two lines of solar panels are the, if I'm not wrong, has the avionics as well as propulsion, and the other two, the just above two and all, is the unpressurized carrier. Yes, but you have just made me thought this thing. Yes, all those things burn up in the atmosphere and we breathe it. So yeah, that's a good one, वैसे I should say. Oh, okay. So 40 seconds from 45 seconds from the release of this carrier. Let's just see that.
Expedition 63 Commander Chris Cassidy of NASA is standing by in the cupola module and monitoring the spacecraft's departure. Cassidy will be responsible for firing the trigger on the Canadarms end effector to release HTV and send it on its way.
This is the view from the birthing mechanism or the robotic arm. You will be able to see it.
Through that command, the snares on the robotic arm's latching end effector, currently the view you see, essentially the hand of the robotic arm, will open and will begin to see separation of the HTV from the station.
Should do now.
The spacecraft will start to slowly drift away, and controllers here will begin to retract the arm.
It should happen anytime now, guys. And yeah, it is a very beautiful spacecraft, I should say that. And it was designed in 1990s, and now it was first launched in 2009, and now they are making the second version of it, the HTV-X, which will be expected to launch in 2021. So this is the final view of this spacecraft, because this is expiring after that. That's what I like about Japan.
Standing by for release.
We are standing by for release. Okay, so yeah, that's what I like about Japan. They are very futuristic and want to do upgrade things every time. Just look at the Russian Progress spacecraft. They are just using the same technology again and again and again from 1960s, with just upgradation of the computer system. So yeah, that's the thing. Japan is doing
Snares are open.
Okay, so it is open. So just look, waiting for it to be released and drift. So it is drifting apart slowly and slowly, guys, as you can see right now. We will be able to see it more clearly once we are on that view. Yes, so this is making, yes, high river racer, the arm which we are seeing is from Canada, thanks to Canada, so hence released. This is now released fully, as we can see drifting apart, and the
A successful 12:36 p.m. Central Time release off the western off of western Quebec, Canada.
oh yeah. So high river racer, yes, you are right, they are upgrading the robotic arm also in anytime soon, and we'll be able to see
The
that.
Canada Arm 2 backs away slowly.
This is indeed a beautiful spacecraft, that should be admitted. And once
A successful 12:36 p.m. Central Time release off of western Quebec, Canada.
and now it should, the Canadian arm will retract, and this will make a departure burn. Getting ready for making a departure burn, the HTV spacecraft, and yeah, it is supported, it mainly, the main mission for this was the lithium ion one only, the major improvement in the battery system of the International Space Station. As you know guys, lithium ion batteries are the most reliable one for these things. Lithium ion batteries are used in these mobiles and laptops and all, but weren't used being used in the International Space Station, the futuristic model and the most complex hardware a human being has ever made. It wasn't being used there, so this spacecraft supplied with that. And
there are a couple of milestones we will see HTV-9 meet this afternoon.
Station HTV retreat has been commanded and the phase elapsed timer has been started.
Houston copies.
okay, so yeah, and I was saying, yeah, thanks to Japan.
HTV-9 will conduct a series of departure burns to move it to a safe distance from the station.
For sure. I was saying, yes, thanks to Japan for making
The
and
first
delivering
milestone will
those.
be to cross the keep out sphere, which is an imaginary which is an imaginary boundary around the station with a 200-kilometer radius.
Those lithium-ion batteries, yeah, those were made
It
and
will keep
delivered
heading
by
away from the
Japan.
station and will stand by until it makes its way out of the approach ellipsoid, a final marker that signifies a visiting vehicle's final departure out the neighborhood of the International Space Station.
Ken, the thing which you are saying is a very well-known thing which many people are planning to do, because sending a thing into space costs millions of dollars, and if we are able to only manufacture something in space, that will reduce the cost of that thing by so much extent. So the thing that repair or upgradation shops kind of a thing, or stations I should say, kind of a thing in space, that is a futuristic thing, and that should happen and that will happen, because delivering something to space is very costly, and if we can just make those things in space only, then yeah, it will be cost effective as well as more efficient too. So right now, anytime it should.
Station Houston on 24 HTV. Safety net enabled.
Okay, safety net enabled.
We're about 1 minute out from that first burn.
For sure. And one more thing guys, I should say that the International Space Station's life is not more than 5 to 6 years for government entity. After that, this International Space Station, the maintenance and all will be given to private entity, or you can say maintenance will be taken over by the government. It will be given in phases. So private entity will also
Station
go.
Houston on 24 HTV, IDM-1 maneuver loaded. Monitor per step 2 in 1.602.
Okay, so yeah.
Copy, we're in step 2 of 1.602.
So yeah, the International Space Station will be one day used by a private entity also. And if this International Space Station will be given to a person like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, so you can say many improvements or many things are bound to happen then. Space sector has very huge resources and capability. We didn't even have extracted 1% of it. Yes, Ken, it has. The one there is for sure, it has been, the contract has been signed that there will be one movie shot on ISS, if I'm not wrong, by the Falcon 9.
First departure maneuver underway.
Falcon 9 will be the vehicle for the delivery. On the Crew Dragon will be there, and the actor, just some guess, who will be the actor for this movie? There is one.
Station Houston on 24 HTV, IDM-1 maneuver complete. Verify per step 3 in 1.602.
IDM-1 complete, verify in step 3 and work.
Yes, Louis Carter, you are correct. Tom Cruise is one who has signed the contract also and will be shooting some movie in space.
You just heard a call about the IDM-1, the first of 2 burns to get out of the keep out sphere. That 5-second burn got us closer to reaching the keep out sphere imaginary line. The second burn, or the IDM-2, is about 10 minutes later and will be about 14 seconds long.
Okay. So that's one cool thing which will happen. And the SpaceX has partnered with it to provide the launch services. And let's see what will happen then.
Nominal.
Houston copies.
How the movie comes out to be. And obviously the Tom Cruise with all those bold and realistic stunts which he performed by himself, he is the ideal candidate for this job too. Yes, he can. You can say that he will be the first non-astronaut who will be on ISS. You can say that. But one more thing is that Virgin Galactic is also planning for space tourism on ISS. So they will also go. They have their thing in mind, and that's why if you go on their website, they have listed one thing. As you know, the Virgin Galactic is a space tourism company that will provide access to the space to normal citizens, and they have one program that is the reaching ISS for tours also. So its future is near.
You are currently seeing a live view of the computer screen on board the space station. This view of the workstation inside the cupola is called the cuckoo, and it provides telemetry of the HTV throughout its departure. On the bottom right, you can see a value, VV to ISS, that will be the approximate range in meters and rate at which it is departing the station. We are currently about 30 meters away from the ISS, or the International Space Station. This will be a slow process, but once it is out of the keep-out sphere, well, there will be another burn to get it outside the keep-out sphere, and that will be here shortly in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, so yes, High River is the thing. I am very excited about that movie, whichever that uh, will be shot in space. I am very excited about it because not only Tom Cruise will be there, right? There will be a whole crew to shot everything. There will be many people. So the Tom Cruise is just a hero, but uh, we have many people for a movie, so we just can't say that he will be the only guy. And yeah, scientific thing is will are there in Tom Cruise movie. uh, Most of the time he does not defy physics.
After the second departure burn, Konotori 9 will pick up a little speed to get out of the keep-out sphere, the imaginary boundary around the station with a 200-kilometer radius.
So I'm personally waiting for that film. Let's see what it comes out to be. But I have some rumors which is heard some rumors which spread out, which said that that film will not be that exciting, which the in the extent we are thinking of, because we are thinking of like how space and the movie and the drama and the action. But it won't be that exciting. I don't know if are these rumors correct also only or not, but yeah, I heard about these things.
Again, a great release at 12:36 p.m. Central Time. HTV is now in retreat mode, approximately 39 meters away from the International Space Station.
Yes, we all know that the VV value is 42.2, and that's what the meter is, 42.5, 42.6. Maybe Luis, we can't tell anything about it right now, but once it comes out, then we can surely think about. But I am really excited for one thing, that it has partnered with SpaceX and NASA, obviously. SpaceX, that is the thing. So that will be very exciting to see. Yes, High River is, but it would be like if that movie is shot in space, okay? If that movie is shot in space and if it is successful, then one more sector will come to space, that is entertainment industry. So as you know, the space sector and the space is very very huge, and the capability and the resources which it offers are enormous, and we have only utilized 1% till now. So it itself is a you can say, like we have air, land, and then water, right? Then the fourth one comes is the space. So everything changes and becomes new in space, and thanks to the orbital mechanics, the thing which we uh, think in with the you can say, the ideas which we think on our mind in space does not work in that way, thanks to the orbital mechanics. If you throw a ball in perpendicular direction to the ISS, it will go away for some time, okay? But if you are there,
This will be the final station departure of JAXA's first-generation Kounotori, or white stork, cargo craft, 9 of which have delivered more than 40 tons of supplies to space station crews. JAXA is developing a new fleet of HTV cargo craft, the HTV-X, which is targeted for its first launch in 2022.
2022, okay. It has been slipped now. Yeah, so I was telling you, if you just throw a ball perpendicular to the direction in which ISS is moving right now, you think you have thrown it and it will go down, but what will happen is, if you stay there for 1 or 2 orbits, then that ball will again come and hit you only. That's what the beauty of orbital mechanics is. If you want to go to Earth, you don't apply force towards Earth, okay?
Station Houston on 2 for HTV. IDM-2 maneuver loaded. Monitor per step 4 in 1.602.
Okay.
Copy, we see IDM-2 monitoring block 4, step 4.
Now it is moving, the spacecraft, it is moving, I think so. So yeah, I was telling you about that. Only if you want to send something in to the Earth, then you don't apply force to the Earth, towards the Earth. You apply force in the direction opposite to the in the direction opposite to your velocity. Yes, to lower your periapsis and enter the atmosphere.
The second burn has been completed.
Exactly.
Now that the second departure burn has been completed, Kounotori 9 will pick up a little speed to get out of the keep-out sphere.
Okay. So High River Racer, I don't know about that, how long it takes for it to hit the atmosphere, but surely I will find out. Just wait a sec, let me just find out only and tell you.
You are currently seeing a live view of the computer screen on board the space station. This workstation inside the cupola module is called the Cuckoo, and it provides telemetry of the HTV through its departure. On the bottom right, you can see a value, VV to ISS. That will be the approximate range in meters and rate at which it is departing the station.
Station Houston on 2 for HTV. IDM-2 maneuver complete. Verify step 5 in 1.602. 24-hour safety trajectory confirmed.
Copy all, and step 5 is verified.
Houston copies.
So this, if I'm not wrong, what it does is it performs the deorbit burn right away. Means it does not stay in the orbit like Crew Dragon for 1 day or 2 day. Once it reaches out the creep out sphere, then it will perform the deorbit burn and enters the atmosphere. That's what I have got till now. So guys, if you are new to this stream and haven't subscribed to this channel, and then you can consider subscribing, because in this channel we cover each and every launch that happens in the space industry and other space related too, with all those prerequisite knowledge and the rocket science which is required
The
for
second departure
viewing the
burn
launch.
completed, confirmed by Capcom Norishige Kanai, JAXA astronaut and veteran space flyer.
Sure. So now we can see it moving away and away, that too very frequently. That's why the only thing with this undocking and all is that these are very boring, right? These are kind of a boring because these things happen very slowly, and that's why I don't cover that much these undocking sequences and all. uh, what I do is, rather than doing the stream for this thing, I record this thing, or you can say I have this thing as a uploaded as a video, that to fast forward it. "24 hours"? Who said 24 hours? I didn't hear. I didn't say 24 hours.
Station Houston on 2 for HTV. Aborto type set to passive. Verify per step 6 in 1.602.
Affirmative, we see passive and step 6 is verified.
Houston copies.
Approximately 134 meters away from the station, HTV will shortly be approaching that keep out sphere line.
Wow, that's a Kerbali thing. That pinkish thing is a Kerbali thing. Uh, why am I saying a Kerbali thing? Because when you put a scanner on a planet, and when it scans the planet, then it displays, you can say, a pinkish tone on the surface of the planet wherever there are resources to be mined in Kerbal space program. And that's what we are seeing right now in this also. Whoa, that was that was something like it was oh, whoa, whoa, it looks like lava is
Station
being.
Houston on 2 for HTV. You are go for step 7 of the robotic procedure 1.420.
For step 7.
The clouds look like they are lava coming out of the earth, and the earth is itself very hot. Wow.
We are currently about 2 minutes from exiting the keep out sphere.
And the thing which she said before that was the keep out sphere was 200 kilometer. No, it's not 200 kilometer, it's 200 meter. I forgot to correct that time, but yeah, it's 200 meter. Exactly. And can I highly doubt one thing? Are you really 70? Because the way you talk and the thing which you say, I don't think so. You are that much old. You say things like a young person. I don't know. Because what I have seen and observed that there are very rarely I find people who are uh, senior but senior and funny and enjoyable at the same time.
And we have exited the keep out sphere.
Okay, the we have exited the keep out sphere and now we are entering the uh, night side of the earth. We can see the transition happening here right now, guys. This will also look very beautiful. And now since it has exited the keep out sphere,
Station Houston on 2 for HTV. HTV has exited the 200-meter keep out sphere. Thank you, Chris and Ivan, for the great work. With that, all crew steps are complete successfully, and you are released.
Okay, copy that, Houston. It's been a real honor for the members of Expedition 63, Anatoly, Ivan, Bob, Doug, and myself to welcome HTV, conduct operations in it, and now to be part of its departure on the 9th spaceship of the class. Much congratulations to our colleagues and friends at JAXA HTV.
Thank you, Chris, for the kind words. HTV is the last Japanese cargo vehicle of the series. Yet, this final departure is the beginning of a new chapter for our international partner, who is developing a next-generation cargo vehicle, HTV-X. With upgraded capability of new vehicle, we will expand our activity in space, not only on ISS, but beyond low Earth orbit. We look forward to seeing HTV-X in near future. Till then, farewell, HTV. ありがとう。さようなら。Kontouri.
wow, that were some kind words from both the sides.
Here in Mission Control Houston, Capcom Norishige Kanai just gave his final words and congratulatory remarks for the HTV 9 vehicle. NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy also shared his final thoughts and congratulatory remarks on the crew on the ground here and in Tsukuba, Japan.
Now it will perform deorbit burns and then enter the atmosphere to burn up with all those trash and waste with it. And now we have entered the night side of the earth. Just the shine which you are seeing on the vehicle is because of like the sun is setting in this side, and that's why some part of the sun is being reflected from the vehicle. That's why you can see the shining part of the spacecraft.
Now released, HTV-9 will drift slowly away from the station, where it will reach a safe distance. And on Thursday, August 20th, a final deorbit burn will be conducted to send HTV into a fiery descent back into the Earth's atmosphere, where it will harmlessly burn up over the Pacific Ocean.
Okay. So it will take time. Okay, no problem. Means the next day it will perform the deorbit maneuver for sure. Why not? Uh, but I remember back in 2009 the first mission which happened, it didn't take 24 hours or so. It was done immediately only, like after reaching some safe distance. So I think guys, this is what we had today for the stream. I don't think so we will be having some good views of something. Oh, oh no, 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 no. Okay, so this thing which you are seeing right now is not the spacecraft moving. The camera is moving and away from that. Final test. As you heard, the final deorbit burn will happen tomorrow. So final test uh, will also happen tomorrow. But what test? As in what test? I don't know. Guys, the thing which I am
Again, a great release at 12:36 p.m. Central Time. HTV is now in retreat mode. It has met a couple of milestones this afternoon. First, those 2 departure burns that enabled HTV to cross the keep out sphere, which is an imaginary boundary around the station with a 200-kilometer radius. It will keep heading away from the station and will stand by until it makes its way out of the approach ellipsoid, a final marker that signifies a visiting vehicle's final departure out of the neighborhood of the International Space Station.
exactly. So yeah, Ken. Obviously, yes, there is a thin line between troll and humor. That's what you think, but what today's generation think is there is a thin line between trolling and roasting, and you can say
On Thursday, August 20th,
laugh.
a final deorbit burn will be conducted to send HTV into a fiery descent back into the Earth's atmosphere, where it will harmlessly burn up over the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, harmlessly it will burn up, so it will, whatever the thing will happen over the Pacific Ocean, so we don't have to worry about anything. Hopefully all those fishes uh, they will be served with food, I should say, right? I don't know whether they eat that or not. So I think so, guys. That's it for today. For conclusion, I should say only that I should only say that this Kontouri vehicle or HTV-9 vehicle is the last vehicle and the
This is
last.
not goodbye. JAXA is currently developing a new generation HTV cargo craft, the HTV-X, which could be launched as early as 2022, that will carry even more supplies to the station than the current version.
Okay, so yes, we witnessed the last and the final unbirthing sequence and the final views of the HTV-9 vehicle, because this vehicle has expired, won't be manufactured again, and we won't be able to see it. So bye bye to the beautiful vehicle or the spacecraft, and excited for HTV-X. Thanks, Blues Traveler. Speck of dust to form. Okay. Can yeah, your sense of humor is great. I should say that. And yeah, thanks, Blues Traveler. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Priyanshu Roila, guys, and you just saw Rocket Gyan. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.